Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Stereoscope Rewind, the podcast where we talk TV, movies, and believe that rewatching the same TV series is not only normal, it's encouraged. My name is Jeff.
I'm Amy.
I got you again.
I love this new format where you're just going to surprise me every week with a new phrase. I was really looking forward to it this week.
Oh, yeah, I've got more. So it'll be fun each week.
I'm excited.
Also, how we doing, Amy? Anything exciting?
I'm good. I am getting married this weekend.
What?
I am.
I already knew that.
Yeah.
That's so exciting. Yay!
Yeah, very excited. So this week's been, running around, grabbing things, making sure everything's organized. But yeah, it's happening.
Yeah, you're definitely in that zone now where everyone's in town, if they're coming to town, and like pretty much everyone's here. If they're not here, they're going to be here very soon. And so I am not married, so I don't know what that's like, but I know I'm always the person that's traveling to the wedding. And usually by this point, I'm either there or on my way there.
Yeah, some family got here last night and today. So I stopped by my parents, said hi, did a little visiting, and yeah, it's exciting.
So excited for you. I know. Well, I'm looking. It'll be fun. I'm excited for you, and I love that.
Thank you.
I do not have anything that exciting in my life, sadly.
Yeah, what's going on with you?
Well, I'm not getting married this weekend. Let's see. Anything else with me? My car's getting fixed today. That's really exciting. That's always
okay. What was up with your car?
Oh, this is normal maintenance time, just oil and stuff. But I always love when you send your car in, because there's always that moment where you're gonna get the phone call and they'll be like, "Oh, by the way,
you have 12 other things in your engine."
Oh,
that
by
need
the
fixing.
way, you ever heard of something called the steering thingamajigger? Yeah, that'll cost $8,000. And you're like, I just want to do oil. That's all I wanted.
Please,
But,
no extra things, please. That's always a struggle.
I just got the call. Everything seems okay for now. So
Good.
Phew. It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
In Los Angeles, cars are important, so it doesn't matter. We
They are.
don't use them at all.
We don't walk places.
No, we really don't.
Mm-mm.
Oh, man. All right. Well, this is the week we talk about Last of Us Season 2, Episode 6.
Episode 6, people. Let's go.
And Amy's excited because Joel Pedro Pascal is back for an entire episode.
Back for an entire episode. And I knew he was coming back because I saw the trailer last week. But I was so excited to see his beautiful face on screen again. And and we both had an idea that they would fill in that 5-year gap. And I'm just so excited that they did. I loved this episode. How did you feel about it?
Oh, it's always good to see Mr. Pedro, Mr. Pedro Pascal, Joel. And I loved it because they set up some questions that they may have covered it in the game, but I didn't remember. So they set up some questions with Catherine O'Hara, and I didn't know. We really didn't know what happened. So I was hoping they would at least get to that for the sake of the show, because I know the show and the video game are different. I know, relax, everybody. But we know. But still, it was something. There was a big hole, and now I know exactly. And they covered kind of two things at once, which I loved. That was really cool.
Yes. Loved it. What were some of your screen shout outs?
Some of my fun things was her first birthday when he gets the cake and he puts it on the thing and he goes to get like a fork.
She's just shoving it in her mouth.
He's like, I'm sure it's pretty good. And she's like, yeah, it is good. And she's just got cake all over her face.
Yeah, it was cute.
That was great. Overall, I'm learning that Ellie is a very determined person. I think we all need a little bit of Ellie in our life when we want to get what we want. So I just love that about her. And I loved that they did. I really enjoyed that they did the scene in the museum right. Like in the game, that's a big long level, and it's also a nice break in the game when it's just chaos.
Yeah, it's just it's just a sweet
moment, move the story along, and I did see from the producers afterwards talking about how it's kind of not shot for shot, but they made it look very the same because the game did it so well. They wanted to show homage to the game, and so I really enjoyed that because in the game it was really fun That was a
Was
fun
it?
surprise. Yeah. When she
Yeah,
got
did
in the
you
little
see
capsule.
the?
And
Yeah,
they built all of that stuff. They built the working
yeah,
the working planets. I forget what thing was called. And they built the capsule.
an orrery, I think.
Yeah. And so all of that was built once again. Amazing. The practical sets on this show are continuing to amaze me. That I love that
Yeah.
people are building things. They're not all green screening the heck out of it.
Sure. Did you hear that on the after show
Mhm.
where they were talking about how they got a thing of rhinestones and just glued on all the rhinestones? And then I'm looking at it. I rewound to see how many stars there were,
Sure.
and I was like, "That's a lot of rhinestones to glue on."
Yeah, that's the kind of day where you just like all hands on deck. Like people
Sure.
that usually don't put rhinestones on walls, we're putting rhinestones on walls. Like, everyone was involved that day. So, yeah, I loved that. I liked the little nod when they were walking back from the museum, the fireflies flying in the woods.
Hmm.
There was just so many little things.
So many details in this episode.
So many details in the episode. Like, let me scroll down to all the notes. Yeah, and we got to see some of his like upbringing, you know, and the father basically that whole scene in the beginning was like, just try to do better than me. And so Joel was trying to do better than his dad.
Yeah.
And so the museum, the dinosaur, and then just watching her grow up, you know, and go through all that stuff. One small thing that hit me was like how they were in the middle of an apocalypse, but they still were like still going through normal teenage problems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, hormones don't care if you're going through an apocalypse.
Like, the humanness of us doesn't change. Whether it's, I mean, we can try and pretend it changes, but it really doesn't. But yeah, some of my favorite small things was I loved how much she loved dinosaurs and was on top of that thing.
Yeah.
The one small thing is that when she's moving, there's that thing with the "you have a greater purpose" and the moths.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was really, it was just so many little things.
Yeah, and the Dremel that he on the guitar that he puts a little moth on for Ellie on the guitar, and I liked everyone's backstories and how you were saying with the museum how she was just in awe of everything, because we get to see that stuff all the time. But if you were born at a certain time back then, you know, she's probably never been to a museum.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And yeah, just he found all those little details and how it was fun going into her imagination with the tape and the astronaut sound footage stuff.
Yeah. They do that in the game too. They click a button and you listen to them like count down.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I'm glad you remembered some good parts of the game and not just the trauma.
Oh yeah, no, there was good parts of the game too, but a lot of it was destruction. Yes, very much so.
Much destruction.
So much destruction. So yeah, let's see what else. What other things I have in my notes? Yeah, another scene shout out. Like, there was so much in this episode, and it really answered a lot of questions for the viewer if you were wondering what was happening. And it was nice to see them at a place where they weren't destroying each other or trying to hate each other. And then that final scene, they just acted the little hearts out, both of them.
Oh my gosh, yes.
The whole thing, you know, where she walks by him and then she comes and to have the, like, you know, have the ability to come back and talk to him. And just when Ellie kind of finally learning the truth, and the way Joel just does not want to tell her that everything he told her was a lie.
I know.
Like, the whole thing was just oof.
Yeah.
And then that one line at the end when she's like, "I can't forgive you, but I would like to try." Like, woof. Come on.
I know.
So
yeah.
We learned a lot about those two.
We did. I'm looking at your notes too, and I loved the Lego trade.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, wait, Legos? What are we trading for Legos?
Yeah. That trade was funny when he was like, he's like chocolate or vanilla, and he's like, say vanilla, it's easier. So he's like, okay, vanilla, and then you're like, okay, it's probably ice cream or cake or something. Like, I need one more thing, and then he's carrying the bone. He's like, don't worry, you have a lot of them. And I'm like, a lot of what? From where? From who? Like, what is that from?
Where are their bones coming from?
Why is there bones? I was like, why is there bones?
And they got her name wrong. What did they put on it?
On which thing?
The
It
cake.
was L. It was like Eli.
Eli.
I was right. It was Eli.
Happy birthday, Eli.
Happy birthday, Eli.
So funny.
Yeah. But, I mean, overall, those two acted their hearts out in this episode.
Oh, my
there
gosh.
was just the looks. And then when she's going to get the horses, when he's got that, the person, the patrol member who had been bit.
Gail's husband.
And then he's like, I promise. And then she's like, I knew.
Ugh.
You looked the same. I was like, oh.
Well, I don't know if we're here yet, but after that was one of my favorite scenes where I was just like, when they got back with his body.
Yeah, we're there. We'll talk about it, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
well, when Joel tells this whole story about he got infected, I couldn't wait, blah, blah, blah. And then Ellie just jumps in. She's like, that's a lie. He's lying. And he looks at her, and I audibly gasped.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah, I did. I was like, oh man, because you saw her face. Like, oh no. She was not happy.
No, I mean, I didn't understand. I mean, I get that he doesn't want to risk it. But at the same time, I'm like, why are we doing this? Why could it hurt? What is it going to hurt if you take him to the gate? Yeah. But I get it. I understood both ends of that.
Right. Well, it's like, I mean, we didn't deal with monsters in Corona, but in the early days of Corona, man, like if people had it, you were like, you don't want to be anywhere near it. Like,
no, thank you.
No, thank you. So that's the only thing I can kind of like understand in my own brain, that in the early days. And then once we kind of figured it out, it wasn't as scary, and you still didn't want to be around it, but you weren't as nervous to be certain places and things like that.
But this was 20 years later. He couldn't take him to the gate.
That's true. And now looking back on it, 20 years later, even what, there were 5 years out of Corona, and now it's like, even I heard people have Corona, and I'm like, can you want me to bring you anything? Like, can I get you anything?
Yeah.
Can I help you in any way? Like now I'm like, it's like I don't want to be like locked in a room by with someone, but like I'll come help them.
I know.
I'll bring them something. We can wear masks. We can wear things. Like it works out.
We can bump elbows.
We can bump elbows. Yeah, we can bump elbows real quick.
Yeah, bumping elbows. Yeah, that's poor Eugene, I think is his name.
Was Eugene okay? And you're right about how go ahead.
That part when he was like, I just want to see Gail, and he was looking out at the lake and the mountains, and you feel so bad for the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, killed me.
Yeah, and you knew it was coming because they came around the corner to the lake, and you were just like, oh no, we're not going back to
We're not going back.
We're not going back to the thing. No.
Mm-mm.
And I just love how in every corner of this show, it's just like, this is the easiest and nicest patrol we have. It'll be fine. Nothing will go wrong. And then everything always goes wrong. Like, always goes wrong with these two. They have the worst luck. I'm never hanging out with Ellie. I'm never hanging out with Ellie ever again. It's like, no, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. It's like watching cop shows on television, and all those cops have the worst day. I'm like, I never want to hang out with those people.
No, thank you.
You never see a cop show where they have a day where they're like, well, we got breakfast, and then we drove around a little bit and did a parking ticket, and then went home. It was a nice day. Like, you never see that on a TV show.
Mm-mm. No.
But yeah,
It was so nice to see Joel back, but yeah, it was interesting to see kind of through the birthdays and how their relationship kind of dwindled over the years, and it became contentious. And I mean, that obviously with the Eugene thing was a big, big part of it.
Oh yeah. Well, now we understand why the doctor is just so angry at Joel. Yeah. But she is, but she's not, because I think she truly believes that like he had to do it. But like, could he have come back? Could he have not? Like,
she'll never know.
She'll never know. And Ellie, and of all the people, I think I would trust Ellie, because she knows. Like, she's around people who've been bit. She's, she understands it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, his hand wasn't shaking. Like, I feel like there's symptoms they don't know, like people don't know about because they're just too afraid.
Yeah, and I don't understand. If he starts acting weird, just shoot him.
Yeah, they had 2 guns.
Yeah.
Between the 2 of them, he could be ahead like 20 yards or something, and
Start
10
twitching
yards.
or something,
Start
just
twitching.
mark him.
Done.
I know. I felt really bad for the guy.
Yeah. Oh,
And
what
he's
a
like,
weird time.
it's not what I have to say to her. It's what I need to hear
from her. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Oh, and I was like, no. And as soon as Ellie went to go get the horses, I was like, ah, dang it.
You're like,
Joel's
oh,
gonna.
this isn't gonna end well.
No.
It's not gonna end well.
Mm.
All those darn clickers. They're everywhere.
Rawr.
Rawr. Let's see. Any favorite quotes that you remember?
Yes, I have 2. I wrote them down this time, Jeff, because I know
great.
that's a favorite of yours. So I
love
made
favorite
sure.
quotes, so I'm glad you're. I'm excited. I'm excited to hear them.
I made sure to do it just
All
for
right,
you.
I'm excited. I love it.
So I liked it when Gail said, "Is there a doctor's sign on me like Lucy from fucking Peanuts?" Part of my French.
That's fine.
I loved it
I
when
have
they
the
were in
same
the
one,
restaurant.
so we're on the same page.
Yeah, and then I especially liked not so much the quote, but the reaction to the quote.
Yeah.
When Joel and Ellie were walking in the woods, and he said, "Has anyone talked to you about the birds and the bees?" And she's like, "Oh, you mean dicks and vaginas?" And then Joel turns around and he's like, Jesus. Like he's so like disgusted by how she phrased it. I just thought that little interaction and his response to it was very funny.
Oh yeah, no, totally. And the thing is, like, he still sees her as like a little girl, and she's really not anymore. And I'm sure you grow up even faster there because you're kind of left alone. You know, you're kind of left alone, and you got to just kind of figure things out. So,
what about yours?
Mine was, "Is there a doctor in?" And, Lucy Peanuts. And then another one, I think she called him "Good night, Uncle Grumpy." I just thought that was funny. Good night, Uncle Grumpy.
Good night, Uncle Grumpy.
Yeah, good night, Uncle Grumpy. It was just, so.
Very good.
Any thing you would change or predictions for the Amy?
No predictions. I'm just enjoying it at this point, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna predict anything. If I get some kind of spark in the next episode, well, no, is next week the last episode?
Next week is the final episode of season 1, and looking at the pace of the show and how much we haven't done in Seattle, I'll be shocked. I won't be shocked if there isn't a season 3, or next season's got to be like 10. Because there's a lot left. Like there's a lot left, unless they skip some things, which they could skip some of the stuff, but there's a lot left.
Yeah, 7 isn't enough for me.
No,
I need 8 to 10 minimum.
Yeah, and usually they're 8. So
I mean, it'll probably be a really long episode.
Maybe that's what they'll do. Well, I think we had another long episode too. So maybe they're looking at it like we're giving you 8 hours over 7 episodes. Maybe they're doing something like that.
Yeah, I
but
guess.
Still, it's like there's gonna be there's a lot of game left still. There's a lot of game left.
Okay, all right. So, well, that makes me feel better.
Season 2 has to happen if they want to finish it properly. And I wouldn't be shocked if it somehow went into 3, but it depends on the deal and the business side. I don't know. So
yeah. So you think there might be a season 4?
No, I think you could do it in 3.
You think?
No, wait. That's right. I take that back. So season 3, you could finish it in season 3. That just means that every episode would be just gangbusters, which is possible because we've kind of set it up now. Like we did the part where Joel dies, and then we've set up the travel to Seattle, and now they're in Seattle. We've already taken down part of the crew, and so from here it could just be every episode is her working her way to find Abby.
Okay. All right. Well, no predictions. We'll see.
Yep.
Yeah. So no predictions on that point. I did want to talk about the porch scene.
Yeah, sure.
Were you tearing up? Because
yes,
Mike and I were just on the couch like, oh my God.
No, that was it's rare when it's not rare, but it's amazing and fun when you see scenes like that where like nothing else matters. Your whole world kind of goes blurry, and you're just watching these two beautiful actors pull that scene off. And And it probably didn't hurt that was probably one of the less. I mean, it looked like from the producers after show that his final day was in the museum, because they usually, when an actor's done on a show on their final day, and then they cut, and then the first AD or someone will be like, that's a series wrap on on Jeff, and everybody applauds. And usually if they're going to give them a gift or flowers, or
and they
sometimes
showed that
they do a whole show, not a show, but they do a whole thing, especially on episodic television, when like you're getting, I've worked on shows that finish, and it's always kind of a fun week, because even if you're one of the main four, like if you're on a TV show with like a family, even if you're one of the main four, there's a moment where like you've filmed your last day, because you don't work every single day.
Right.
So it becomes this week of like, that's a camera wrap on this person. And when you're on a movie, you definitely do camera wrap every single time, because when movies happen, you film all your days and then you're done. So it was like, it looks like his final day was in the museum, but I'm sure that other scene was near there, so it probably didn't hurt that, like, when you're on set and you're working, it's like summer camp. Like you become friends, and this might be the only time you are friends, and you go and do this together, and then when it ends, and especially when a character dies, like they're not coming back.
Yeah.
The odds of Joel being written into maybe another episode in the future for like a flashback is possible, but I don't know why they would do that, because he really doesn't play in the rest of the game. The rest of the game really is Ellie and Abby. Like it becomes Ellie Abby show the rest of the way. So it was just fun to see that, and I kind of got off character a little bit.
No, that's okay. It's really interesting.
But I was when I saw that, I was like, oh, his last day was at the museum, because it's always a fun day when like, and what'll happen is if you're working like on stage or on a studio lot where the office is, they'll call up to the office, and like everyone will run downstairs, come down, and you all stand around the set, and then they'll be doing their final scene, and then they yell cut, and they go, that's a camera wrap on Amy, and it's yay, and everyone claps, and there's hugs, and everything pauses for a few minutes, and it's fun.
That's sweet.
It's fun. It's a good time.
Yeah. I just love that scene. I just, she's trying to forgive him. She's saying, why would you take that away from me and everyone else? You're so selfish. And the emotion coming off of those two. We were just, I mean, not saying a peep, just staring at the screen, watching these two people just... it was just so heart-wrenching, and that's really the last conversation that she has with him.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So sad.
Then a kind of substance in caring and trying to understand, because then from there it's that's true, and then they kind of go out on patrol, right? And then it all kind of ends from there. At least they had
imagine that having your last conversation with someone that's like a father figure to you, and it's essentially telling him he's a selfish jerk. I do love the part that she said that she wants to try, because I didn't think it was going to go that way.
Yeah.
I didn't think she was going to say that. And so I was really happy that she did. But then, that whole thing happens in the cabin.
Exactly. But yeah, I also enjoyed, I'm giggling at myself. I say I loved a lot. So I'm working on not saying I loved a lot. But... I really liked how they were both looking forward and would look at each other, and they still had the conversation. Like that was just a fun little side thing.
Sometimes
they're just holding the railing.
It's hard to look someone in the eye when you have to have a really hard conversation with them sometimes. So that was very real to me. Oh, well, it was nice seeing Joel.
Yes, it was, and he brings some fun out in Ellie that we were missing, because now she's just in full destruction.
She feels safe with him.
Yeah, she feels safe with him, and so now she's in full destruction mode, and she's kind of all alone. I mean, she has Dina and I think Joel's brother's there, and not Charlie. The two guys that show up. Why did their names just fall out of my head? That's all right.
Tommy and Jesse.
Thank you, Amy. Tommy and Jesse are now there, so there's a little support there. But really, she's the only one that's driving this train of destruction. So, I mean, personally, all three of them will probably be like, just come back. So,
I'm so excited to see it.
Yep. So, all right. Cool. Well, should we wrap it up? How you feel?
Yeah, I feel good. I mean, all in all, fantastic episode. It covered 5 years. It was good to see Joel. Sad to see how their relationship kind of fell apart,
Yep.
but understandable. I'd be
100%.
pissed too.
Yeah.
I'd be upset with him too. So
Yeah.
I get it. But it was very sweet, and I loved, like you said, the museum scenes, and them kind of just spending, like, even though it's not her real father, but like father-daughter time. And
Yeah, 100% their father-daughter, at least in his eyes. So
I know.
whether she does whatever, it's her. Yeah.
Well, she is going on a murderous rampage, so I think she did.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's definitely. He definitely ranks up in her mind.
Yes. Oh,
Cool. Well, if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave us a rating, a review on your favorite podcast app. Everybody, it helps us. More listeners find the show, and we love hearing your feedback. Well, Amy, it's that time again. You know what to do.
toodaloo.